Where have you been? Time to end this double thinking. You guys ready to get it popping? It's time for you. All I do not bad thoughts. Time to execute. It's time for you to act as one mind. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's get it popping. What's going on, everybody? Today we want to break down, can you handle your business? See, if you can handle your business, bam, you can have business. Doubt is just the universe showing you what you need to handle. Can you handle your business? This is the key to getting what we call money right away. And it's interesting because I've been doing this for a long time. Today is Friday, October the 14th of 2022. Time is 2:45 Central. And as you know, one of the things that immediately jumps out is insecurities. We all have them. And these insecurities are preventing you from getting money right now, because there is a plethora of different ways by which to get money right now. There's many different programs out available to assist you with getting money right now. And it's interesting because that a lot of our focus is about getting money right now. But the thing that prohibits us from getting money right now is our feelings. And we call these feelings, insecurities. And it's interesting because the word, security. If you look at the word security and the word insecurity, when we talk about security, it's like you're thinking about, what comes to mind is what I did for 20 years, and that is security guard or security perfection, which means, when you are in security, what you're really doing is a state of being, one, secure. That means safe. The other is security has to do with providing protection from people who may be in danger. So being secure, freedom from danger, safety, freedom from fear or anxiety. Ooh, that's money. Freedom from fear and anxiety. So we have to think about the frequency, wave of vibration that many of us are unknowingly operating in, because remember, the brain does not register the word not. And so when I talk about the key, again, this key is to be baptized in the brain to immerse your brain in the solution or the fluid or the liquid. So baptism and baptismo is the law of assumption, which is you are to immerse your brain in the feeling of being safe and secure. That's money. Money gives you a feeling of being safe and secure. So if we don't have that feeling of being safe and secure, then we don't have what we call money, because money buys you that, or money gives you that. So money gives you that feeling. Now we're going to go over the top 5 ways to make money immediately. I was looking at this program that the government have. If you are if you're below a certain income bracket, if you are, on what we call, assistance and those types of things, then the government will pay a certain portion of your internet bill. And I was thinking about how all of these different programs that at my last job that I had, which was many, many years ago, but it was called Family Endeavors, and it's still out there, and they still help people. And it's interesting that all of these programs exist to assist people, but we're really not talking about government assistance today. We're talking about self-sufficiency today, because this is how you get money, but we've got to define it. Now, we've already defined money. I've done many shows on, certainly the series that I did on Be Money, which means money is a medium of exchange. So I have money. So this is the science and the technology of money. Money is an attitude. Money is a mental disposition. Money is a feeling of being indestructible. But that feeling comes from having self-actualization and having self-realization, going back to the number one key. I talk to young men all the time, and especially young brothers who, let's say you try to get digits. And it's interesting because now that I'm a high value, if you want to use the word high value man, the amount of digits and DMs and high value women, what we call, trophies that approach me. And before, I didn't get any of that attention. And it's interesting that why do I get that attention now? And I didn't grow. I didn't get any better looking. My, pecker didn't get any bigger. So what is the difference between where the man I was in my 20s and the man that I'm now in my 60s? What's the difference? Well, the difference is what you and I call, can you handle your business? It's interesting because women are unknowingly attracted to men who can handle their business. It's one thing about being, I'm going to use the word a killer, but being tamed. So it's like when I played football. When I played football, it was controlled chaos. That's the number one key to get unlimited digits. Women love men who have controlled chaos. If you are a peaceful gardener, but you do not know how to fight, you will not get no digits. But if you are a fierce fighter, a killer, but you work in a peaceful garden and you are able to control the killer instinct, shit, you have women throwing your panties at you every day. Why? Women like men who can get shit done. Can you handle your business? But what does that mean though in English? Well, that means respect. It's interesting that when I talk to young brothers, that they talk about, well, Doc, she likes me. Okay, shit, I know a lot of people like me. I ain't getting, but she ain't giving me the draws. Or she loves me. Shit, I know a lot of women that love me, still are not getting the draws. Women give their draws to men that they respect. If they respect you, you get the draws. So we got to find out, how do you get respect? Well, shit, it's easy. The way that you get respect, don't fucking allow disrespect. You got one fucking time to disrespect me, I'm fucking gone. So most niggas can't do that. That's why they broke. So on your job, they disrespect you on your job? Fuck you. Walk the fuck off. Why? Got fucking options. Unless you're a low vibrational nigga. Then you gotta stay on the job and wait for the white man, or the blue man, or the green man. Shit's not about race, it's about vibration. Can you handle your business? You see, if you want to get money right away, you gotta be money right away. What is money? Money is fucking respect. That's all money is. It's interesting that because people come up with all of this metaphysical shit about making money and keeping money and building wealth, and they got all of these programs and all these gurus out there. It's very interesting that I find that people who are really focusing on making money, they don't really have a system in place to make money. What they do is they make money off of people who are trying to make money. Look at the gurus that are out today. What is their product that they built from their fucking brain using their own creativity? They ain't got no product. Their product is their system to help you make money. Think about it, man. See, whatever you are believing, as we talked about yesterday, you are be living. You be living what you be believing. So I don't care what your belief is. I know what your belief is. Because I know what you be living. I know what you about. I can look in your eyes and see you ain't about that life, bruh. Oh, you may talk, not you personally, of course, but because they ain't about that life because they ain't about that belief. It's not rocket science, brothers and sisters, but it is. So I got 5 programs that you can do right now, today, and make money today. So it's not a money problem. Remember, people don't do what they know, they do what they want. But that want is given to them by the dominant culture. They ain't create that shit. Any future outcome, you make that shit up in your head before it manifests in your hands. That's the power of belief. You got that power right now, but you be lying. That's why you be living. What you be leaving is fucking you. The only common denominator of the 3 words that made up on one word, belief and believing, is being. So, as the great goddess of the West would say, what the fuck you are believing? What's in your head? What is your mental disposition, bruh? What's your mental nap? If you ain't got no fucking mental maintenance, you broke. Now, I know people who got money, but the money's leaving faster than it's coming in. So they broke. It just haven't manifested yet. Now, you should baptize your brain in your solution. What is the solution? The solution is, I can handle my business. How? How can I handle my business? Well, I got a disposition. What's my disposition? My disposition, I'm going to figure it the fuck out. That's my disposition. So every day I wake up, I say, I'm happy and I am grateful that I got the power and the ability to figure shit out. Bam, that's money. Women will follow you around. I don't care how little. Look at Biggie Smalls. Why do you have so many Giggies? Or women? Why do all of these ugly dudes have trophies? Well, shit. It ain't because of their looks. I doubt very seriously it's because they are prolific in the bedroom. I think it has something to do with their fucking money. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a country boy from Texas. But one thing down here in Texas, if it walk like a duck, if it quack like a duck, that's a duck. That's how in Texas, shit's simple down here, man. Everybody got guns in Texas. Fools will shoot you down here quick. So don't move to Texas if you one of these gun control folks. Because all these good old boys down here, they got fucking guns everywhere. And they will shoot you quick down here. That's Wild Wild West down here. That's why I love Texas. Texas is a good old boy state. That's why I like Texas. Because I'm not a good old boy. I'm not Caucasian. But in Texas, every city you go to, there's a white part of town and there's a black part of town. Black folks stay to themselves. White folks stay to themselves. Their shit's not in writing. You can go right across the tracks in Katy, Texas, right now. You go to big ass houses, you see, you go to the Cut. You go to Houston, go to Fifth Ward right now. You go to Bel Air right now. You can go up to Dallas. You can go to South Oak Cliff right now. You can go up to Dallas right now. You can go ride around in some other parts of Dallas, like where my daughter lives at, over in fucking McKinney and Flower Mound. It ain't. But nobody put no signs up. But everybody knows. It's that unwritten rule. So if you disrespect it, you're going to get disrespected. That's money. Money is the ability for you to structure your thought. Notice it has nothing to do with nobody else. And it's interesting because it's done unto you. This is scripture, by the way. This is why I love it. So when you woke up this morning, you should have a killer instinct. Do you know what the number one? I got a buddy of mine that comes by my house every once in a while. He's in kind of the same similar. Well, do you know what the number one industry is right now for what they call side hustles and making money online, on offline? Meal prep and delivery. His name is Jared Fields. I remember him. He was part of my men's group when I was a young minister. And back then, him and my daughter were in elementary school. And I was over the young men's department. I always remember him because him and my daughter would just walk down the hall holding hands. And they went to a private Christmas group. And now he's a grown man. He's married. He got in. My daughter's grown. And it's very interesting that they were both attracted to each other as children. And now that they're both adults, they both are self-employed. And they were both independent thinkers when they were babies. And he does meal prep and delivery. And it's crazy because when he contacted me and he asked me about it, I was like, bruh, bring it by the house, man. And I remember he did my bonus daughter's Sweet 16. And he did the delivery and it was kind of messed up because he didn't bring no trays, but he was growing and he hired somebody. And I remember afterward, I was like, I was just expressing to him business. I had a young guy just left my house right now. He did my Corvette. He started in an auto detailing business. Doesn't have none of the equipment technically. And he only charged me $60. Now, I paid him way more than that. And I encouraged him, you got to get more professional. You got to get you a placard to put on the side of your door that says blankety blank auto detail, mobile auto detailing. And I get hit up every day by young people that they know in my neighborhood and from the neighborhood that my wife is from. They don't know what I do today, but they know whatever I'm fucking doing is working. So I get calls every day because I make money. But I don't make money. I demand respect. I don't do disrespect. That's money. See, poor people are disrespected people. I mean, it's disrespectful to think somebody's going to do for you that you should do for yourself. I just responded to this councilwoman who's on Facebook right now looking for people to come to the hood to do free classes. And she was asking, it's on Facebook right now, go on my Facebook page. And I posted and she was shocked because she knows me personally from my coffee shop, bookstore, and learning center. What's the point? Got fucking respect. She was shocked. She said, you're going to come to the hood. Basically what she was saying, you're going to drive your $100,000 car into the fucking ghetto. My wife said the same thing. Like, shit, you go to the hood in that car, that sucker's going to be on rocks. I said, I fucking go to the hood in that car, I'll post 6 dudes out there with machine guns. If I go to the hood, I mean, I ain't stupid. But what's the point? The point is, I got options. That's money. Money's options. But the point is, you got options too, but options are different levels. There are people who make what I got look like fucking peanuts. I can go talk to Floyd Money Mayweather. Shit, one of his cars is worth 5 of my cars. So the shit's relative. Then I can go talk to Bezos. One of his cars is worth 5 of Floyd Mayweather's cars. So you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Remember the show I did a couple of days ago? In your lane, there is no traffic. Why? It's a private driveway. I built a private driveway. In my lane, there's no traffic. I can go fast, I can go slow. Because it's a gated community. Nobody can come in the fucking gate if I give them a code. You got the same options that I do. The only difference is the ability for you to get attention, add value, and provide support. That's money. Now, anybody can get attention, but can you add value? So my little protege who came over and I was telling him, I didn't say I was disappointed. I immediately knew because the guy who delivered the food to my daughter's Sweet 16, it wasn't him. He said it's the guy that he's hired. Bam, I already knew what happened. If he would have did it, I know that the service, the delivery, the things would have been on point. So I was explaining to him the importance, which is why I've been a solo operation for so long. It's very difficult to find people who value what you do more than you. When you find people like that, shit, you hire them immediately. And you bring them on board immediately because they see the vision. You got to be able to remember, some people can you can co-create with, some people you can't. It's okay. Your job is to know the people that you can co-create with and the people that you cannot, so that way you don't waste time. Because you see, speed is the name of the game. Because the faster you can get to your level, again, the faster you, your family, and everybody that's around you can enjoy it. Now, it took me too long to get here, is what I'm saying. My 19-year-old daughter is dead. She's dead because it took me too long to get here, Dr. Stan. I'm here, but Dr. Martinet, it took me too fucking long to get here. I should have been here about fucking 20 fucking years ago. Or 40 years ago, really. So what took me so fucking long to get here? No balls. What does that mean? Insecurity. Now, let's define this, because my definition is probably different from yours. If you have any issue in your life, it's because there's insecurity in your life. Somewhere you just gotta find it. Doubt is God telling you this is the problem. You need to fucking pay attention. Right? I ain't telling you God, the universe, source, stop what she or it is doing, came down and gave you a feeling that says, shit, I don't know if this is going to work out. That's God talking to you. So God is asking you today, you should ask yourself, what is doubt and what is insecurity? Doubt is a feeling of uncertainty. Doubt is a lack of conviction. You're not a convict. You're not in jail. Your brain is not baptized. God is telling you, get the fuck out because you ain't baptized. You can't play. How come? Your brain is not immersed. You may be halfway in. You have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Remember, God, the universe, the one that I hang out with, he, she, it, only responds to I wish a mother would. Without that disposition, go fucking play in traffic. I mean, not you personally, but because you know. God, the universe, only responds to a made-up mind. As I put it out of my book, diligence, the ultimate secret to being rich. There is no fucking secret. The only secret is your fucking mind made up. If not, you gotta go play in traffic. So, money is a made-up mind. Now, once you make up your mind, it takes you 3 days to get to where you need to go. Based upon all of Mother Goddess research, my research, 3 days. Jesus was in the tomb for how long? How long? How long was Jesus in there? See, this is fucked up. It took me 30 years to do a 3-day journey. It took me 30 years to do what should be done in 3 days. So I love me some me, but I'm not fucking impressed by me. Neither should you be impressed by yourself. Now, unibomb.com, however, you got insecurities. So the structure of your insecurities is the inability for you to be your own Christos, Christ, the redemption or the redeemer. You are your own redeemer. You. Now, the word is you should be redeeming yourself is what I learned over the last 30 years. Should have learned in 3 days, but I didn't. On October the 17th, we start the new series on the Greek goddess Hygiena. If you do not take the class on the 17th, that is awesome. That means that you already have a connection with the Greek goddess Hygiena. She's oscillating and vibrating inside of you. She is operating as you. Notice it's a she, and it's not a he. It's not masculine, it's feminine. I've been telling every woman that I ever come in contact, there's no way a woman, a female, a free male, she's free from the ego and the arrogance of masculinity. She's free. A female is free male. So she's free to oscillate and vibrate in the only universal unified field of physics that brings about results in this dimension. That is what I call bliss, ecstasy, and enlightenment. So on October the 17th, we get into the esoteric science of the Greek goddess of steering and navigation from within that my boy Dan Winter calls the physics of bliss. Fuck the physics. I can't pay my light bill with my physics. I like numbers and I like science. I like to appear intellectual. I like to do these intellectual shows on biology and chemistry and all that shit. But when it comes time to make my car payment, that doesn't put money in my pocket. What put money in my pocket is making you feel that shit, if God can do it, shit, I know I can do it. And I try to tell you all my dark secrets. I expose. T.D. Jakes will not tell you that his drawers stink. I'm going to tell you mine stink. Why? Because yours stink. Especially after you work out. You know I'm a real dude. You know the shit I said you start or you've already done. You know you're not God's gift to the planet. Thankfully, you don't have to be God's gift to the planet. Your flaws has uniquely prepared you for your cause. So you should love your flaws. So I ain't telling you to change. Fuck that. I'm telling you you are flawed on purpose. For purpose. Embrace that shit. I've lived above my means since birth. I was talking to my brothers earlier, and they were telling you, man, you've always had this fucking grandiose mentality. You've always bought shit you couldn't afford. You've always drove cars and lived in houses. I remember the first time it's called the Dominion here in San Antonio. I remember moving into the Dominion with no job, no credit. And I remember I moved all my brothers and sisters in, and I told them if we'd all pitch in, we could live the life of luxury. I was fucking in my 20s. Well, y'all know what happened. Nobody was paying shit but me. There's 5 of us with our wives and kids. Because I wanted to do this with my family. What happened? We fucking crashed and burned. I think the house, the payment I think was like $5,000 a week. If you Google Dominion San Antonio, nothing but fucking governors, retired politicians, and all the Spurs, football, people with real money live over there. How the fuck a short black man from Bullshit, Texas with, no job and no credit even fucking get into Dominion? And this shit's crazy. And they realize, like, man, where you are now, you told us you was going to be there. We didn't believe you. Because your fucking test is too long. Why did it take me so long, brothers and sisters? Insecurities. But where were they? In my own head. How come you are insecure? No matter what your level, like right now, I should already have about 3 yachts. I should have an apartment in Dubai that's like $10 grand a week. I should be paying the shit like it's fucking popcorn money. How come I'm not there? How come I ain't got my freaking private jet with my personal pilot on call? Hey, go fire up the jet, bruh. Fuel that motherfucker up. We flying to Dubai. See you there in 2 hours. I can't make that call. I'm making the call in my head. I'm just waiting for it to manifest in my hand. Okay, well, what's the problem? Doubt. Okay, what's doubt, Doc? Well, doubt is a feeling. Notice all this shit is a feeling. So Nova Goddard wrote a book called Feeling is the Secret. If y'all ain't never read a book, you might want to read. It's free on the internet. Just Google the shit. It's on the audio. I listen to it while driving. The audio book is on YouTube for free. And Nova Goddard calls and talks about the law of assumption. Now, the law of assumption, it should be illegal. It's Psalms 149, 6. It's the whole Bible. Every ancient text. Every book tells you to act as if. The Bible says the same thing. Every book says, every text I could find says the same fucking thing. It is done unto you as you believe. How come we can't believe that we're fucking gods and goddesses? How come? Well, you have something called flaws. And you got TV. You got your mama and your daddy. You got gurus. And everybody telling you you're well done. So there's a battle going on between you being worthless sinners and you being gods and goddesses. And unfortunately, religions, TV Jakes, a couple of dollars, they're pumping that shit out faster than you can pump it in. And I was talking to a client that was how long did she say? Was it 7 weeks or 7 months? I think it was 7 months in an insane or in a mental hospital. 7 months in a mental hospital. Now, obviously, she's Caucasian. Do y'all know any black person that would voluntarily check themselves into a mental hospital because they feel overwhelmed? Yeah. But that's another thing for another time. And, hey, thankfully she was gainfully employed. And her employer paid 7 months vacation, if you want to use that term. Excuse me. So I said, well, wait, what was the issue? Well, Doc, felt overwhelmed, brother. Just life. Whooping my ass. Really? So, Sister Kid I'm just wondering. Sister Kid if life started whooping your ass, can you take 7 months off with pay? Just take you a mini vacation? Can you check into a mental institution? I'm just wondering. I don't know many folk, and thankfully she was in the position. But that's not the question. The question is, what does feeling come from? Insecurities manifest very, 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 very differently in everybody. What makes me feel insecure doesn't make you feel insecure. Doubt is a feeling of uncertainty and a lack of conviction. Insecure is a feeling of uncertainty that comes from anxiety about one's lack of confidence. That comes from a lack of a mental state of being in a state of confidence. So all of this comes from I ain't got no confidence. So having insecurities is a feeling of being inadequate. I ain't good enough, Doc. So it produces anxiety. That's why poverty is nothing but anxiety. Doubt is nothing but anxiety. The inability to handle certain situations. So the problem, since we don't know, like I didn't know in advance that on June the 30th at 9:30 at night, while I was sitting at home, just finished the show, talking to the wife, I was going to get a phone call. I didn't know. And the phone call was my oldest daughter yelling and screaming that she's gone. And I keep telling this story. We'll continue to keep telling this story because as a father, there ain't too much worse shit that could happen than losing one of your children. I could lose a job. I can that shit's replaceable, bruh. You can't fucking replace a person. This shit is not a video game. When you die, you don't fucking reload and come back. Shit's not like the movies, bro. When you die, you're fucking gone. Forever. You ain't coming back. So I don't know about y'all, but whatever you got to fucking do, you might want to do it now. There is this sense, you know the greatest travesty is patience. That's the devil to me. I drive fast. I do everything fucking fast. But I couldn't get to success fast because I had uncertainty. Why did I have uncertainty? Well, I had doubt. Why did I have doubt? Well, fucking didn't have no confidence. Well, how come you didn't have no confidence, Doc? Well, I wasn't fucking competent. Well, shit. Why were you fucking competent? I wasn't good at nothing. At least in my head. I wasn't competent. So I woke up every morning like you, and I was like, shit, I can't do nothing right. Well, you here. That means you're doing something right, because you're doing that right. You're breathing. Okay, you can do fucking breathing classes. Okay, did you brush your teeth this morning? Did you brush it side to side, or did you brush it up and down? Is it better to brush it side to side, or is it better to do some research? Shit, I don't know. What do you think? Okay, yeah, that doesn't come natural, Doc. Brushing my teeth, I just fucking do it based upon what the dominant culture said. Because way back in the caveman days, they didn't have toothbrushes. None of them fools had tooth decay. Well, they did not have carbs with no fiber in it either. They didn't have processed sugar either. They didn't have shit that causes tooth decay. That's why they didn't fucking need a toothbrush. So there's a cause to all your problems, bro. So there's a cause why you don't have what we call competency. So the causality of uncertainty is what we call competency. So this word competency, because we all are competent, we just have a lack of gnosis of the area that we are competent in. So what I do is I assist people with identifying the area where they have ability, knowledge, and skill. Now, ability, knowledge, and skill is stored in your DNA. Contrary to popular belief, you got to go learn shit. You already know shit. So all of your ancestors who lived before you, their life experiences is stored in your DNA. The shit was passed down from your pappy and your mama. So your mama and your daddy's DNA is inside of you. All their life experiences zoom up to the point of conception. Well, they daddies and they mamas, your grandparents, it's inside of your parents. Now it's inside of you. Well, their parents, so your great, all that. So you got access to all of their memories, or their memories. The shit is stored in your DNA. That's why some shit comes easy to you. That's why taking risk comes easy to me. Because as I did my research, was shit. Especially on my father's side, everybody was entrepreneurs. Nobody had a job. They all were self-employed. On my father's side of the family, everybody was entrepreneurs. And on my mother's side of the family, everybody was fucking religious. So I'm a religious entrepreneur. Go figure. I was born that way, Sister Cheryl. I'm what? I didn't have to read the shit. I came out being a religious fucking zealot. That's the reason my black ass was in a cult. Dumb as fucking rock. Why? This shit's in my DNA, Sister Cheryl. So all I did was realize and connect the dot. That's what a needle means, dot. That shit's called consciousness. So you got to be conscious. You got to be aware. You got to have perception that you already are. The shit's in your DNA. Just look at your parents. So what does your mother and father do? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. You see, if you understand your family history, it's a familiar spirit. That's what the Bible calls it. The Bible says that the sins of the fathers passed down to the sons, to the third and to the fourth generation. So if you could go back 3 or 4 generations, you would expose the devil, if you want to use that term. Because the word devil, D-E-V-I-L, is L-I-V-E-D, lived. Whoa, I heard that word before. Be lived. So right now, you be lying and you be leaving. That's why you be living. So the lie that you believe, you live in. Now you can continue to believe that lie and live if it allows you to do what I do every day, and that creates something called the ability to handle your business. The ability to handle your business is the ability to get things done. The ability to get things done is the ability to deal with this thing that we call insecurities. The ability to handle your insecurities is the ability to handle what we call doubt. The ability to handle what we call doubt is the ability for you to connect with the area that you are competent. When you are competent, that makes you conscious. That gives you clarity. So that way you can operate in what we call charity. Those are the 7 C's that when you go back the other way, you got charity, clarity, consciousness, competence, certainty, confidence, chemistry, currency. That's money. So everybody can make money because everybody can have chemistry. Everybody has chemistry because everybody can be confident. Everybody can be confident if everybody's certain. Everybody can be certain if everybody's good at something. We call it competent. So nothing happens until you become competent. So we might want to make sure that everybody on the day's message is competent. Is there anybody listening to me right now that's not competent? That means that you woke up this morning and you got a disposition in your brain that says, I take on all comers. I don't give a fuck if you got a degree from Harvard or if your ass is homeless. You want to debate me in this fucking area right here? Let's go. Anybody don't have that feeling? If you don't got that, then you don't have money. Money is just a seed. But the seed comes bee, or the seed comes after the bee. I was about to say before. So the seed, the SEA, that's you. The seed that allows you to see, SEE. Notice A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Notice A, B, C, D, E. Notice A, D, C, E. Notice it's A, B, C. How come it's not A, B, C? Well, the alphabet is A. Attention. B. B. B lying. B leaving. B living. You be living. Because you be lying. And you be leaving. So you can't leave until you leave. But none of that happens until you become competent. When you become competent, some people call that arrogant, cocky. So don't let my, I think it was Deion Sanders who said, don't let my confidence activate your insecurities. I may have butchered it, but something that effect. So when you go around people who are insecure, they're going to attack your confidence. And they're going to call you cocky. Excuse me. Because their job is to produce insecurity in you, just like they got in them. I love watching social media when people post things that they're confident and people say that they're cocky. Because people confuse confidence with cocky because they are vibrational cousins. But confidence and cocky is two different things. Confidence comes from the fact that you're certain, you're competent, and you're conscious. Cocky comes from you are insecure, you have doubt, and you're fucking afraid. Do you know that the Bible says be not afraid 365 times? 365 times the phrase be not afraid is inside of the Helios Delios. How come? Well, that's one saying that is repeated for every day of the year. So every day of the year, you should be not afraid. Remember, the brain, however, does not hear the word not. So even that is an anagram, or that's a mem placed in their biodominant culture, if you want to use that term, meaning the brain cannot activate a negative affirmation, meaning the brain only sees positive affirmations or act on positive affirmations. So when you use the word not, the brain skips over it. So what you're really saying 365 days of the year is be afraid, be very afraid. So why would the writers who wrote the script, the movie that you plan, they know that writing is performing a rite, R-I-T-E, R-I-T-E. And when you perform a rite, the brain thinks you are R-I-G-H-T. So why would they put a mem in the book? Be afraid. Because be not afraid, the brain doesn't pick up the word not. So you are actually ordering fear. Well, if you was around a couple of days ago when I did my show on the power of fear, then you know why that's in there 365 times. Because you know fear is more powerful than faith. So you know how to monetize fear because you already did the class. And I turned that audio into an audio book. The power of fear. Fear is way more powerful than faith only because we live in a 3D reality that's built upon fear. So since they want me to be afraid, I'm going to be afraid. I'm going to use fear. So when I'm afraid, I think just like you. And I use fear to activate what I call lucid dreaming. And I did a show on that called How to Become a Master of Divine Manifestation, which we're talking about today. So to become a master of the divine manifestation, you got to understand that a positive mindset only will not change your situation. What does that mean? Well, fear only will not change your situation either. So a positive mindset, faith, a negative mindset, fear, neither one of them is going to do shit. Fear causes anxiety, so that way it moves you, so that you don't take action. Faith causes confidence, so that it amps you up, so that way you do take action. So I use fear in the areas that I do not want to take action, because I know it works. So I don't want to go to prison, because I worked in a prison. So the power of fear keeps my black ass out of prison. So I use fear. And I tell myself, well, if you go and do blank, certain activities will send you to prison. So the science and the metaphysics of fear states that where there's fear, there's power, based upon a Harvard study done by KCKASSI Underwood. And in that study, they break down the positive power of fear. Very few people think about the positive power of fear. Fear is this unpleasant feeling that's caused by the belief that someone or something is fucking dangerous. It's pain. We want to avoid pain. Do you know what people will do to avoid pain? People will take action to avoid pain faster than they will take action to experience pleasure, according to the study. Say that again. I don't know if you got it. People will do things to avoid pain faster than they will do things to experience pleasure. What does that mean? Shit. Use pain. Because if you think about pain, you're like, oh, I don't want to feel that pain. It's like the reason I floss every day and brush my teeth, because the last time I went to that last time, remember I was in pain for 3 months? That pain that I felt, I do not want to feel that pain again. So every day I think about, damn, that tooth pain I had, I don't want to feel that again. So what do I do to not feel that pain again? Floss after every meal, brush my teeth, gargle, rinse my mouth, use some coconut oil, do some oil pulling, do things. Don't eat certain things. Don't eat a bunch of sugar and then go to sleep. Don't let that sit on my teeth overnight. So now in my brain, I think about that pain. I don't want to experience that pain again, so I get amped up. So pain, fear is good. It can be used in a positive manner. Why? You move away from the things that you fear or the pain, and you move towards gain. So don't be afraid of fear. When fear shows up in your life, when pain shows up in your life, pain in the body is saying, hey, excuse me, hello, something's wrong, we need to adjust something. That's pain. Pain is good. Pain is telling you something's wrong, fix it. Doubt is good. Doubt is the God telling you, why do you have doubt? Well, what is doubt, Doc? Well, doubt, again, by definition, it's a feeling. Feelings follow thoughts. So doubt is telling me, hey, yo, bruh, you said you're a millionaire, so why in the fuck do you feel uncertain and lack? So doubt is God telling you, stop thinking that, bruh. What am I thinking? I'm thinking more about my bills than I am about the things, the activities that I do to pay my bills. So how do I get money in my PayPal account? Oh shit, I know. Do shows. Sell books. Get new clients. How do I get new clients? Shit, same way I just told you guys. So what do? Number one, I gotta get your attention. So how do I do that? YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn. What do I do out there? Do videos. I can do advertising. So I got to do the same thing I tell you guys. What do I do? What I tell y'all? Gather, organize, distribute. What does that mean in English? I need a hook. A hook is something that says, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. Then when you stop, I got 3 seconds after you look at me, say, hey, look at this fool. What the hell is he doing? Then I'll say something like, why are you here? Or I say something like, what is your purpose? Or I say something like, what is your destiny or your dear Courier? And they say, what the fuck is a dear Courier? Then I add value by giving a short explanation. And then I say, hey, for more information, click the link in the bio. I will provide additional support. So I've been doing that for 25 years and it's fucking working. So I know if you know how to handle your business, the information is held in your DNA. People will give you money on the medium of exchange. Only if you, or only if they respect you. People do not give you money if they like you. They don't give you money if they love you. They only give you money if they respect you. Respect means you do things that don't disrespect yourself. That means you're not out here begging. You're not out here pleading. You're not out here doing a GoFundMe account. You're not out here, giving away your shit for free because that's disrespectful. People know unconsciously that you're thirsty. So if you're coming across, especially in today's economy, as fucking thirsty, your ass gonna be thirsty. Why? It is done unto you. What's done unto you? As you believe. If you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else gonna believe in you. So what do? Well, if you believe in yourself, it's like, I never seen a Bentley. I never seen a Bugatti. I never see the big boys advertising. They ain't got to. Because the value speaks for itself. The quality speaks for itself. Now, I'm not saying you should not advertise. I'm just saying you just don't do it in a lustful, desperate, thirsty manner. What does that mean? Well, you got fucking confidence. Which states that if you don't see my value, somebody else will. It is this ability to do what? The law of assumption. What is the law of assumption? Assume it. Walk in it. Act in it. Think it. Vocalize it. Visualize it. Gratitude it. Believe it and feel it. That's the law of assumption. So the solution to what we call insecurity, the solution to what we call uncertainty is found in your ability to operate in what I call assumption, what Nova Goddard called the law of assumption. If you're sitting here right now and you say, that one of the subtitles of today's message was get money. And I'm in a situation. What's the situation? I'm in a situation where I need to get money. And I'm telling you that's a good situation. That's the universe telling you to get chemistry, which is the universe, God telling you you need more confidence. A lack of money is a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence is a lack of certainty. A lack of certainty is a lack of competence. But you're competent already. But you're not promoting the area of most competency. That's lack of money. So you have a lot of options. Do not promote the option that is the area of your least amount of the necessary ability, knowledge, and skill. So I want to make sure that you are efficient and capable. So what area are you the most efficient and capable? I'm asking for a friend. Now, we're talking about making money, right? 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 That's what we're talking about today, right now. So the area, again, you got to ask yourself, this is the $1 billion question. We're wrapping it up. We got to end with the smoking gun. The smoking gun is, again, we're talking about money. So my question is to you, what area or areas are you? Notice it's you. It's not your mama. It's not your daddy. It's not your cousin JoJo. You, boo-boo. What area or areas are you the most efficient, the most capable? You got to ask yourself these questions. Because you are in an area, but you're not efficient. And you're good, but you're not the most efficient, the most capable, the most. You got to be the most efficient, the most capable, the most knowledgeable, most. If I had to ask you right now, what would you say? And are you doing that? 99% of the time, when I talk to people and I ask them that question, what area are you the most? They always tell me, well, I'm good at it. No, the most. That's the key. What area are you the most? Now, the most means everybody in the hood know you, like I was saying about, and they call Dr. Span, Mama Span. Because that is the area that everybody the most. So what area are you the most efficient, the most capable, and the most knowledgeable? I'm asking for a friend. Because if you can answer that question, what is that? Money. It's very interesting that money will follow you and jump in your pocket immediately if you are in one of those areas. I mean, if you are in an area where you are the most, because everybody is in areas that they like. They're not in areas that they are the most. So my job is just to bring you or make you aware of the areas that you may not be the most. Because you're doing something, but what we're talking about today is the area that you are the most. Now, there's a lot of areas you got options. You're a high vibrational like ketone. I know. I feel you, bro. I feel you, sis. I know you got options. But what we're talking about today is, hey, we need money immediately. I didn't have no. I'm talking about within 3 days. So remember, Jesus was in the tomb 3 days. You should be able to manifest money in 3 days. But you got to do what? The law of assumption. What's the law of assumption? Assume it, walk in it, act in it, think in it, visualize in it, vocalize in it, gratitude your life, if that's a word, in it, believe in it, feel in it. Why are you in it? So that is the universe of God showing you ain't competent. Because why? Well, you don't know. I don't know no mother that's insecure in the area that they're the best at. Now remember what we said about the word insecure. It's a feeling of inadequacy. Do you think Tiger Woods feel inadequate? Do you think Michael Jordan? Do you think the Williams sisters in their prime, do you think they felt inadequate? Do you think they felt anxiety in their skill set? Everybody has a nerves when you're going into battle. I'm not talking about basic nerves. I'm talking about this overwhelming feeling that causes anxiety, which is what? Neutering your ability to move forward. If you are inadequate is what? It's a mental state. Inadequacy comes from the word inadequate. The word inadequate means inept. I-N-E-P-T, inept. It means unsuitable. If you are in an area that you are unsuitable, Bam, no duckies. Why? Boo-boo, you're unsuitable. Unsuitable means not suited. It means inappropriate. It means unfitting. It means unbecoming. Remember what we said about the word believe? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Unbecoming. Be. You must be lying. Be leaving in order to be living. See, I'm living, but I be in order to live. Be living. Be the mental disposition. So you're in a mental disposition that you're not suitable for. Not you personally, but people you know. That's poverty or lack of money. A lack of money means, hey, Doc, I'm going to be a rapper, bruh. Or, I'm going to be a seamstress. I'm going to be a therapist. I'm going to be a cook. I'm going to be. Okay, that guy, that girl that you being, well, unfortunately for you, boo-boo, I ain't feeling it. Well, how come? Underneath, you have a state. What's the state? It's buried, though. Remember, it is below the threshold of your consciousness. So when somebody goes to my Facebook page and they say, excuse me, Doc, I read your post, bro, this shit's whack. Now, I used to get, ooh-wee, I'm getting ready to smoke me another nickel today. But I'm retired. So much as I want to go out, Sister Addie, and embarrass people, I can't do that any longer. The Big G put me in timeout because I was liking that more than money. So I was getting more dopamine from going out and proving myself right instead of making myself rich. Most people I know that's broke, they haven't noticed that yet. You so busy proving. Now remember, you get a choice today, Sister Diane. We all do. Dr. Martinet, you get a choice today, Dr. Martinet. Sister Cheryl of the West, Goddess of the West, you get a choice today, Goddess of the West. You could continue to be right. You're going to be broke, though. Or you can say, fuck being right. Be fucking rich. You get a choice today. Dr. Span, you got a choice today, Dr. Span. You can continue to be right, or you can say, fuck being right. I want to be rich. So to be rich, you got to give up being right. And to be right, you got to give up being rich. Now, you can't be rich and right. What I mean by that? See, the brain is occupied by thought. You're going to spend all your time researching shit because you want to be fucking right. You ain't got time to build no systems and do none of the shit that rich people do. You know what rich people do? Fuck being right. They add value. They get attention. They add value. They offer support. Now I know. Remember, this is not a new believer show. You can be. This is gold right here. This is rich. You can be rich, or you can be right. You use a choice. This is why I love the Big G. The Big G gives you free will. You can be right. But the garden, you can be right for the garden, and everybody's going to love you for the garden. They ain't going to pay you no money, though. You have a bunch of friends, and they're all broke. You can tell if you are right, you got a bunch of people around you, none of them got money. You can be right. Or you can be rich. But you can't be both. Now, there's going to be gurus out there. So that's not true, brother. Praise Jesus. I'm rich and I'm right, brother. That just simply means that they have enough savings where broke ain't caught up to them yet. See, rich is a mental disposition that says, I can handle my business. So nobody can predict. At least, they say people that can, but those are witches and shit. That's another study for another time. So nobody can predict when bad shit is going to happen. But rich people like me, we don't give a fuck. We know whenever it shows the fuck up, we're going to fucking handle it. Now, we ain't volunteering. At least I ain't. I ain't volunteering for stupid. I don't want to. I'm a peaceful guy. I'm interested in getting into some more conflict. However, remember what I said at the beginning of the show? All these alpha male classes and these young cats taking all these courses to how to get women and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shit, man, I should go into that business. I can make a homeless man freaking American Gigolo. Fucking he has 30 women lined up to pay his bills, drive him around and wipe his ass. All the homeless man got to do, same thing I do. You have to be able to handle your business. Usually the fact that you're homeless means that you can't handle your business. Otherwise, you fucking wouldn't be homeless. Nobody wants to hang out with somebody who can't handle, like, for example, the liquor. You ever go somewhere with somebody who can't handle the liquor? When they get drunk and they fucking embarrass you. So me, I say mental no. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't hang out with people who do. Because I know there's going to be somebody who get all sloppy drunk and say, hey, man, fuck you. You want to fuck me? I'll put my foot up, yo. And then they're going to cause a problem. And going to draw unnecessary attention to me. Then I got to whoop his ass. And he's my best friend. So, no, I don't hang out with people who drink. Smoke, do none of that shit. Why? That's a sign of insecurity, bruh. So if you don't put energy into that, that means you ain't got energy, you don't got nothing else to put your energy into. So people who have addictions don't have attention. This is one of the A's. So if you got addiction, that simply means that you don't have a being or being state. If you have addiction, you have a bitch state. See, you can't be and in a being state and be in the bitch state at the same time. You can't be somebody's bitch and be you. So I fucking pay attention. I know it ain't free. I'm gonna pay it. I got no problem. I pay attention to my energy. So I got focus, discipline, and order. I got attention. My brain is immersed in my solution. So, my bad, I can't be your bitch. I can't be your, freaking fan. I can't be a part of your entourage. I can't fucking follow you around like I'm your bitch. My bad. I got fucking things to do. See, you can. You can be rich. And you can be right. You can be right or you can be rich, but you can't be both. Once you make the decision, which hopefully you already made, and you say to yourself, Doc, today I choose to be rich. So when somebody comes along and they read my book, they read my post, they watch my video, and they notice, hey, Doc, bruh, I bought your book. On page 17, there's a flaw. I don't say this to people anymore. I used to say, fuck you, but I don't do it anymore. So to Diane, I've learned to play well with others. It took me a little while since Diane, but I figured it out. I gotta learn how to play well with others. I used to just play my own little sandbox back to more than that. It's just me, myself, and I. But, Sister Sandra, I had to learn how to play well with others. So now, I don't curse people out anymore, Sister Sandra. Although, the thought does come across the brain every once in a while. But I've learned. So, now, I've learned, Sister Addie, I don't put no energy into it. I ignore it. Because I realize that, oh, snap, those people are used by the dark side to pull my energy. Because energy flows where attention goes. So Brother Gordon, I didn't know Brother Gordon. When I was young, dumb, and stupid, I reacted to everybody's comments, Brother Gordon. And so I was right. I was arguing with people on Facebook all day. But I didn't make no money. By the end of the day, I realized, oh, it's time to go to work now. So I spent fucking 10 hours, Sister Kiwata, 10 hours on Facebook answering comments from people ain't about shit, ain't gonna buy shit. They just energy vampires. They sit by the dominant culture. They are non-player characters. So the world is full with NPCs to distract you, to keep you from being you. I would bet that 8 out of 10 people in your circle are NPCs. Now they don't know that they are organic portals. An NPC doesn't know, like in the movie Free Guy, They don't know that they're NPCs. They really believe that what they're doing is creating their own reality with their own mentality. They don't know they do the same shit every day. They don't know they're in Groundhog Day. They don't know. So a non-player character, they don't know that they are a non-player character. They literally believe that they are doing what me and you do, which is what? We are co-creators with the creator. As co-creators, we know that we can handle our business. So we know when a problem shows up, we don't go, oh shit, and run to TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar or go home and pray to Jesus. We don't do that. We know that we got to figure it the fuck out. So what do? We say that, okay, a problem is just a product. But it's presented to me as a problem because source code saying that, okay, I want to make you prosperous. So I'm going to give you a lot of problems because I want you to have a lot of prosperity. So all I know is when I solve a problem, the best way to solve a problem is to think about the problem. Why? Well, when you start to think, now I must define think because it doesn't mean to like preoccupy the brain and blah, blah, blah. Because thinking is thinking. I mean, you're supposed to do what the Bible says, take no thought. So what does that mean? Well, the way that I solve problems is I identify that I'm at point B, I want to get to point C. And I ask myself, who would I be being if I was in my desire fulfilled? If you do this, 3 days max, you can solve any problem. I do it all the time. The brain, there's no difference between to reality and fiction. So, the solution to my problems, let's say, is $1,000 a day. If I generate $1,000 a day, that solves all my, let's say, financial problems. Because that's my most pressing problem. Yours should be $100 a day. Everybody should put that figure in your mind right now. If you add up all your bills, luxury, vacations, having family and friends, if you add that up $1,000 a day, $30,000 a month, 28, 30, $365,000 a year. So for some people, that's peanuts. That ain't gonna work out. Okay, shit. Increase that number. For some people, that seems daunting. So okay, decrease the number. $100,000 a year. So let's say $365,000 a year. That's your sweet spot. Your sweet spot. So immediately you ask yourself, how does it feel to make $365,000 a year? Ooh, man, it feels magnanimous. It feels great. So if you actually remember, we talking about the law of assumption, because no one thought and all the Googles, Jesus, everybody came and they said, without this, it's impossible to please God. So God is fucking pissed off at you because you won't have this. This is why it's crazy, because all Christians I know, they don't have this. But yet they go to church and they turn over chairs, they speak in tongues, they shout, they pass the fuck out, then they wake the fuck up and they feel broke. So I don't have a problem. That's why I'm not a Christian. Why? Because they're violating the number one universal spiritual law. But there, Jesus was the number one law. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. That means that your soul should be consumed with moving forward, because that's what God is. Love, you can read the love chapter, it's the ability to evolve. EVOLLOVE. That is the ability to grow. That's the ability to fucking solve problems. That's the ability to handle your fucking business. That's love. Love is, I'm connected to source, dog. I don't got problems. So the problem shows up is it's a temporary inconvenience. Why is it an inconvenience? Because I'm like, are you serious? Like, I already dealt with this last month, but it comes back. So the same way you handled it last month, you handled it this month. So what do? I ask myself, who would I be being? So the people that don't have that problem, what do they do every day? So Jeff Bezos, he don't have money problems. What the fuck does Jeff Bezos do every day? So whatever that question is, you should fucking do the same thing. Whatever the answer to that question is. Now, I already know the answer to the question because I've already made $365,000 a year. And the way that I did it was I woke up every day with my brain my mind fulfilled. What does that mean? Well, I focus on the journey, not the destination. Fuck the destination. What is the destination? $365,000 a year. I got 365 days to come up with 365,000. But, like I told you guys, don't make the mistake that I did, which is what? Patience is the devil. Now, we got a conundrum. Because if you guys noticed, if you were to read, let's say, the love chapter in the Bible, just like the Bible says 365 times, be not afraid. When, according to science, you cannot say the word not in an affirmation. If you say, you can never say, I am not. You can never say, I cannot. You can never say, I have not. If you do, you're fucking yourself. So, why would we ever say, fear not? Well, that's old English. In the original text, it's not written like that. That's why, who's old English? That would be King James. So it's King James who's trying to send your ass out the pasture. That's the power of auto-suggestion. So I want to create a consciousness that's going to jettison my body out of this fucking prison, which is I am God. I can do all things through Christ. Christ defined it. That's a mental disposition that says God gives me power when I'm in my position. That's what Christ means. The messianic office. I got an office. As long as I stay in office, I stay in power. If I get voted out of office, who votes me out? I got 100 billion neurons. They all vote every day. My brain says, well, we want to follow this fool or not. Because you know what? He don't know what the fuck you doing. So that's when you have a brain aneurysm. That's when you have, again, anxiety. That's when you have what I was talking about with the one client. You got to check into a mental hospital for 7 months. Why? You're fucking overwhelmed. Why? Your brain says, fuck you. You are an irresponsible God. You ain't fucking working for you. You don't know what the fuck you doing. Why? You don't have singleness of mind. A double-minded man, what happened to him? The Bible says it's better to be hot or cold than to be lukewarm. What happens when you're lukewarm? I'm taking this shit out of your Bible. What happens? Y'all remember the story? So, what does that mean, though? The average Christian don't know what that means. To be lukewarm means, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, Doc. Praise Jesus. Fucking confused. You got to go play traffic then. So, what does that mean? That means it's better to go out there and do what I do. Fuck up shit. Sin. Find, what is it? Do not commit adultery. That means you should go out and find every woman that's married and try to take that cookie. Why? It's better to be bad than to be lukewarm. Don't tell nobody I told you. What are you saying, Doc? Well, that's an over-exaggeration. Because the whole game is a game that is based upon the ability to understand that somebody, they're called Maserati Jews, they change jots and tittles. That's what the Bible says, heaven and earth will pass away for one jot, one tittle. So, if you were to read the love chapter, 1 Corinthians, First Corinthians 13, in the original text or the original version, prior to 1611, which is hard to find, or if you do what I do, if you find you a good, Bible resource like blueletterbible.org, Bible Gateway, Bible eSword, any of those old Bibles, and find 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And it says, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not. So when you look at these frequencies, waves, and vibrations in English. English is the language of the bit down beings. English is a language that makes you bow down. That means you kiss somebody's ass, ring figure. That means your ass is still on a fucking plantation, working for master. So you cannot use English. If you do, you already know what's happening. Notice the word isn't love. Why didn't they just put charity in there? It's a seal. Our first seal of the 7 seas is charity. Charity means this. What does charity mean?
Strong's G.
Well, let's look it up.
Agape.
Agape. So God is agape. He ain't love, he's agape. What the fuck is agape? Well, agape means benevolence. Agape comes from another word, and so let's look that word up too.
Strong's G25. Agapao.
So agape comes from agapio. Agapio means to entertain. Oh, shit. What did Doc just say? We live in a world of entertainment. So God is fucking entertainment. Take the fuck out of here, Doc. You might want to look the shit up. Agape. It means go in and tame your ass. Put your ass on the plantation. You as a master, are we sick today? But agape got another word underneath that word. What's the underlying word for agape?
Strong's G 5368. Phileo.
So there's different types of love. So phileo means approval. It means affection. It means welcome. It means to be fond of. So it means entertainment. So God is entertainment that you're fond of. What? You don't want me to go down to the last one. You don't want me to, y'all want to do it? You want me to go down to the bottom? This is God. Look here, Watson, you ready? Are y'all sure y'all ready?
Strong's G 5384.
Philos is the underlying word for the English word love. So that means you should be entertained by the thing that you are fond of. Philos means friend. It means an associate. Philos, Philos, philos. It means a fondness as in friend or neighbor. So God is the entertainment that you are fond of, just like a friend or a neighbor. The Bible, Jesus said, when they asked him, he said, love your Lord, your God. Lord, we know, means Kyrios. So what are you saying, Doc? Well, I don't use English. I can go further than that. But for the sake of everybody on this call, you got calmed. So you pray to God, you worship God, you love God. We're never, ever really defining love or God. Because if you were to define love and if you were to define God, you would do the same shit I do every day. You would only fucking entertain yourself with shit that I'm breaking down on October 17th that fucks your genes up. It fucks your genes up. Your genes go up. Your body vibrates on such a high level, there ain't no devils up there. The devil can't vibrate up there. What's up there? Bliss, ecstasy, and enlightenment. If I took drugs on top of my mental state, I would fucking disappear. I would see my black ass on CNN. That's when I drink coffee, I immediately usually gotta go work out. I gotta go run because my energy level is already off the chain. And if I drink coffee, my eyes get dilated. The wife immediately knows I start talking really fast. And I start messing with her, harassing her, chasing her around the house. She's like, you must have drunk coffee this morning. Yeah, you already know. I'm ready to risk it all. So I can drink coffee and just hang around with normal people. But they think I'm on something. And I'm on hygiene. HIGHJJGENE. Brothers and sisters, you can handle any situation that comes your way because your DNA holds the information that you need to solve every problem on the planet. All you gotta do is access your DNA. Right. The easiest way, do what I do. Ask a question. I literally just ask, how do you do that? If I really don't know. The answers start to come to you when you ask you a question. I don't call anybody, I ask myself. I say, self, how are we going to generate this 1K today? And myself would come up with a new idea that may be different from what we did yesterday. And so then all I do is what? Assume. Because I already got the 1K a day. All I'm doing is accessing my savings account or my bank account. When you see that you already have wealth, you already have wisdom, you already have relationships, you got to act like this is called the have principle. You know what God calls the assumption state. So since I already have the money, Dr. Martinet, where's our millions at, Dr. Martinet? Well, we got the millions, they just stored in our heavenly bank account. So now the question is, okay, how do I access heaven? Well, the word heaven means high genius. The word heaven means high mindset. That's why the next series I'm breaking down high genius. How to access heaven. Because DNA means dollars now arriving. DNA. Anybody got DNA? We all got 12 strands of DNA. So your dollars are now arriving. DNA holds your dollars. And they are now arriving. Why? We are unraveling the DNA. How? We don't use life. We don't use love. We use respect. What does that mean? That means I respect myself. To the degree that I respect myself, my DNA unravels. So if you disrespect yourself, the DNA doesn't unravel. How do you disrespect yourself? By overdoing certain things that you know that are not benevolent or beneficial just for you. Your life is completely made up by you. So to get respect, do not allow disrespect. Doubt is the universe showing you what's in your way. That's why you have doubt. When you have doubt, the universe is telling you that you stop being competent. When you stop being competent, that simply means you stop being confident. So what are you not confident of? Not in. What are you not confident of? Well, if you're not confident of, I'm very confident of being a master teacher. Why? I'm so confident because I spent 20 years looking this shit up and researching it. So I know that my life path, I'm put on this particular path because the place, the time, the date, the name, the blood type, all prepared me for such a time as this. So that's my name, my niche, and my narrative. That's my sword. And my sword is my words. I got them. You got them. We all got them. Got the money. As I said, the 5 things that you should do right now, if there is a money problem today. Number 1, day labor. Day labor, just Google it. Every city in the United States has a day labor. Back in the day, I used to love day labor. While you are in the 3 days, while you're waiting for, once you assume what you're confident in, it takes 3 days for it to manifest. And you may be in a place where you need to do something immediately. There are day labor jobs that pay anywhere from $20, at least here in my city, $20 an hour. A lot of them are moving companies. A lot of them are construction stuff. But there's a lot of, one I remember back in the day I did, it was crazy. It was pallets. We was literally building pallets. And I think I did that for like a week. And made enough money to fucking pay my bills. Day labor, because they hire you for that day, and you get paid you at the end of that day or the next day. And most of them are like general labor stuff. Warehouse workers. Oh man. Look, I got into what they call order collecting. Where you go in, find the order, put it on the pallet, take it to the truck, throw it to the guy who's loading the truck. Day labor is huge. Whatever city you're in, day labor. I already mentioned meal prep, meal delivery. My boy who does it here in San Antonio, you Google him. His name is Fears Kicking. Jared Fears. He's all over Facebook. He started off just thankfully listened to what I recommended. He was already in the space. And I just recommended, hey, kind of like what Sister Kim Walker does. He loves cooking. He loves preparing food. I want to shit you cooking for you is what I want you to shit. Cook for me too. And, ask anybody else. It was crazy because he had a lot of women who were working, who when they got home, they didn't have time to cook meals for their family. Now my boy is a full-blown chef, making mad money, and all he does, he was cooking for himself anyway. He was a single dad with a daughter. He had to cook for himself anyway. Now my boy's making mad money. Number 3, if I had to start today, I would do online fulfillment, what they call drop shipping. That is simply you go to Amazon, something that you already like. Remember, I'm oversimplifying it. You already brought it. Like I just brought, it's called a dust devil. But it's a very, 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 very small one. It's called a swivel. And the reason I brought it is because it goes on carpet and flat, and on flat wood floors. Because we got a brand new house. Next time I get that little thing that's automatic thing that just rolls around the house all day and just picks up little trash here and there. Because we got a dog and the dog needs hair. So this thing is small, but it's very compact and it's very powerful. So since I like it and I brought it, I can take a picture of it. I can go on Amazon and become an affiliate, and I can sell dust devils. Because I can show myself vacuuming. I can do my own testimony. And if you're really, really good enough, and if you hire people, the company that makes dust devils, they'll notice it. They will call you. They will hire you as an influencer. That's how all these little kids are making so much money. Online fulfillment is huge. You can become an Amazon affiliate right now and just promote shit that you use all day anyway. That would be the 3rd thing. The 4th thing is I got a friend down home who's in senior health care. My dad, she was the one who took care of my father before he died. The state was paying her. There are some seniors that are immobilized and they can't move, they can't get around, they can't do this, they can't do that or whatever. My biological father, right before he transitioned, was one of them. And I was stunned that because he was older and he was on Medicaid, that the government was paying her to sit there with my father. And these are home health care aides. And you can do this and remember, all of these stuff I'm saying, these are all independent contractors. You don't work for nobody, you pretty much work for yourself. So if you do home or senior health care, you can do that. That's number 4. Number 5 is the people who deliver the drugs. A independent medical courier, or courier, that's what they call it. These people, it's crazy. And I don't know why. I guess because everybody's on drugs. But it's interesting that it's taking off. Man, I know a whole bunch of people, and I'm seeing it all over TikTok, of people that are doing this medical courier stuff. Now, that one I haven't personally done myself. I did what they call hotshot drivers, where I would deliver products from one business to another that had to be there in like 5 minutes, or had to be there within Zoom. They needed somebody to take that immediately. They call them hotshot drivers here in Texas or in San Antonio anyway. Well, now they do the same thing except with like medical supplies. And I hear if you got like a refrigerator truck, organs and that kind of stuff, they got to be transported from one city to another city fast. Because somebody's a donor's waiting for it. Man, they pay mad money for that kind of stuff too. So those are the 5 things that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, and kind of got off track a little bit because I like getting into the metaphysics of this stuff. Because this stuff, these 5 things, number 1, day labor that I just mentioned, these things are a feeling for you while you are pursuing, this is a side hustle, while you are pursuing your real deal, Holyfield, which is your purpose. Day labor, meal prep, like my boy I was thinking about, guys, about with Jared Fears and kind of what space that Sister Kim Watson is in. Online fulfillment, like I tell you guys, man, Just, especially with Amazon, because, Amazon has the market for now. And then the home healthcare aid, not working in a nursery home, but literally becoming certified to kind of be home healthcare provider, where you go and sit with someone. And I know Dr. Span has one with that they hire when they go out of town. Because I remember we talked about them going into that space as well. But that's for people who really, really into like helping people, because you really have a heart for handicapped people, and a heart for the elderly, because there's a lot of abuse going on in that space. But if you are somebody who have a heart for that, man, those 5 things: labor, meal prep, online, home daycare, home health care, and medical courier. Those are 5 things that you can do today that will able to tide you over while you are establishing your online presence and implementing what we talked about the last series with the 3 keys to establish leads, until you get to where I'm at and where everybody wants to be, which is where Jesus was at, where you're vibrating on a high level of bliss, ecstasy, and enlightenment, because you are so competent, so confident, because it comes from certainty, because you're conscious and you have clarity that comes from charity. And charity means that you only entertain yourself with things that you love. That's what God is the thing or things that you are fond of, that makes your heart go bum 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 bum, that elevates your heart rate. According to the scriptures, when you look them up in the original language, before it was dumbed down by the fallen angels, God was a frequency wave of vibration that animated the heart of the body. It was the animating principle of the body. That used to be God until somebody changed it. I love you. Y'all already know. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. We're going to see you later on today. God bless.